You've been taught to admire Benjamin Franklin, the face on the $100 bill, the man with the kite in the key, the wise old founding father who seemed to succeed at everything. But if you lived next to him, you might have called him insane. While London slept, Benjamin Franklin stood naked at an open window, exposing himself to the freezing air for a full hour every morning. Rain, snow, bitter cold, no clothes, no privacy, no shame. His neighbors whispered about him. Some laughed, some avoided him. Franklin didn't care. He called these sessions air baths. He believed they strengthened his body, sharpened his mind, and prevented illness. This strange ritual wasn't about health alone. It revealed something deeper. Franklin believed truth didn't come from tradition. It came from testing, from experimentation, from questioning what everyone else accepted without thinking. That mindset would shape his entire life and help birth a nation. But it would also destroy relationships, fracture his family, and leave behind uncomfortable questions we still avoid today. Today, we're telling a real story. We're uncovering the brutal childhood that forced Franklin to leave school at age 10, the abusive older brother who beat him regularly, the humiliating escape from Boston at 17 with nothing but the clothes on his back, the first failed business that left him penniless in London, the marriage society judged, the illegitimate son he never explained, the legitimate son who betrayed him and joined the British, the fortune he built through relentless work, the electricity experiments that could have killed him, the years in France where he lived as a celebrity while his wife died alone in Philadelphia, the Constitutional Convention where an 81-year-old man had to be carried into the room, and the one truth about his success that destroys the myth of the self-made man. This is not a story about perfection. It's a story about trade-offs. Benjamin Franklin was born on January 17, 1706, in Boston, Massachusetts. He was the 15th of 17 children. 17 children. His father, Josiah Franklin, was a candle and soap maker, a working-class man struggling to support an enormous family in colonial America. His mother, Abiah Folger, was Josiah's second wife. Josiah had 7 children with his first wife, then 10 more with Abiah. The Franklin household was loud, crowded, and constantly short on money. There was never enough food, never enough space, never enough attention. Benjamin learned early what scarcity feels like. From a young age, he showed intelligence and curiosity. He asked questions, he listened carefully, he noticed patterns. His father saw something in him and decided to send him to school. At age 8, Benjamin entered Boston Latin School, preparing for the ministry. For Josiah Franklin, this was a dream. A preacher's son would elevate the family's status, respectable, honorable. But the dream collapsed quickly. After less than 2 years, Josiah pulled Benjamin out of school. The reason was simple: money. Tuition was too expensive. The family needed income, not Latin grammar. At age 10, Benjamin Franklin's formal education ended. 2 years. That was it. Everything else he ever learned, he taught himself. Benjamin went to work in his father's candle and soap shop. The work was miserable. Cutting wicks, pouring hot greasy tallow, filling molds day after day. The smell was unbearable. The labor was repetitive and exhausting. Benjamin hated it. But here is the first pattern of his life. He never accepted his circumstances as permanent. While working in the shop, Benjamin read constantly. He borrowed books from neighbors, saved small coins to buy used books, read late into the night by candlelight. Most children forced out of school at 10 accept their fate. They adjust their expectations. They settle. Franklin didn't. He understood something most adults never realize. Education is not a building. Education is a habit. At age 12, his father apprenticed him to his older brother, James, a printer. Printing was a skilled trade, more respectable than candle making. But James Franklin was cruel. He beat Benjamin regularly, sometimes for mistakes, often for nothing. The abuse left deep scars. Franklin later wrote that it created a lifelong hatred of arbitrary authority. But James made one critical mistake. He surrounded Benjamin with books. A print shop is filled with ideas, pamphlets, newspapers, essays, arguments. Franklin read everything, not for entertainment, but for mastery. He studied how sentences worked, how persuasion worked, how writers guided readers without them noticing. When James started a newspaper, Benjamin wanted to write. James refused. He said Benjamin wasn't good enough. So Benjamin wrote secretly. He created a fake persona, a middle-aged widow named Silence. He slipped the essays under the shop door at night. The articles were clever, sharp, and funny. Readers loved them. James published them proudly, not knowing his teenage apprentice wrote every word. When Benjamin revealed the truth, James wasn't impressed. He was humiliated. The beatings worsened. The resentment deepened. At 17, Benjamin made a dangerous decision. He ran away. This was illegal. An apprentice fleeing his master could be jailed or forced back. James tried to ruin him by warning other printers not to hire him. But Benjamin didn't care. He sold books to buy passage, snuck onto a boat, and fled Boston forever. He arrived in Philadelphia dirty, exhausted, and nearly broke. He bought bread because it was cheap and filling. He walked through the city with rolls tucked under his arms. A young woman named Deborah Reed saw him that day. She thought he looked ridiculous. Years later, she would become his wife. Franklin found work, failed, learned, failed again. He trusted the wrong people. He was betrayed in London, stranded with no money. Most people would have given up. Franklin adapted. Every failure became instruction. Every humiliation became leverage. He returned to Philadelphia stronger, sharper, more cautious. Through relentless work, he built a printing empire. He delivered on promises, protected his reputation, expanded carefully. Then came Poor Richard's Almanac. Through humor and practical wisdom, Franklin built a public persona, the self-made man, the disciplined thinker, the practical philosopher. By 42, he was wealthy enough to retire. Instead of resting, he pivoted. Science. Electricity fascinated him. He experimented constantly, often recklessly. The kite experiment could have killed him. Many others died attempting it. Franklin survived and became internationally famous. He invented the lightning rod, saved countless buildings and lives, and refused to patent it. He believed knowledge should serve humanity, not profit alone. Then came politics, civic projects, libraries, fire departments, universities. Franklin was everywhere. Eventually, America needed him abroad. France. For years, Franklin lived as a celebrity, charming elites and intellectuals. He negotiated alliances that saved the revolution. But while he dined in salons, his wife, Deborah, was alone in Philadelphia. She suffered a stroke. She begged him to come home. He didn't. She died without him. Franklin never publicly reflected on it. At the same time, his son William sided with Britain. Father and son became enemies. They never reconciled. Franklin chose country over family, ambition over intimacy. At 81, he was carried into the Constitutional Convention. He urged compromise over perfection. He signed both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. the only man to do so. In his final years, Franklin turned against slavery. After owning slaves himself, he worked for abolition. Too late to erase hypocrisy, but not too late to matter. Benjamin Franklin died in 1790 at age 84. 20,000 people attended his funeral. So what made him successful? Not talent alone, not education, not luck. Systematic self-improvement, tracked daily, refined relentlessly. But here's the truth history avoids. Extraordinary success demands extraordinary sacrifice. Franklin changed the world, but it cost him his family, his presence, and parts of his humanity. The boy who stood naked